U.S. President Donald Trump has voiced frustration over ongoing ceasefire breaches between Israel and Iran, blaming both sides for escalating tensions ahead of a NATO summit. Speaking before departing for The Hague, Trump criticized Israel and Iran for what he called the loss of control over the conflict. He expressed special frustration with Israel following its renewed strikes on Tehran, announced by Defense Minister Israel Katz. Iran denied launching missiles and accused Israel of breaching the truce beyond its deadline. U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance has said that recent U.S. strikes had destroyed Iran's nuclear infrastructure, making it incapable of building a nuclear weapon. Vance stated that just a week ago, Iran was close to obtaining a nuclear weapon, but now their ability to enrich uranium and develop a new bomb has been obliterated. Vance emphasized the importance of diplomatic talks with Iran and Israel to secure a long-term peace and prevent Iran from attempting to rebuild its nuclear program. He highlighted the message sent by the U.S. military's precision strikes, warning Iran against future nuclear ambitions.
Is to build a long-term settlement here to where we can have.
The Gulf Cooperation Council has announced an extraordinary meeting in Doha following the recent Iranian attack on Udeid air base. This call was prompted by Iranian strikes targeting the base, with Iranian state television reporting a military operation against it. GCC Secretary General Jassim al-Bidawi stated that the 49th extraordinary ministerial meeting would address the implications of the Iranian missile attack on Qatar. He emphasized the GCC's solidarity with Qatar and affirmed that its security is integral to the Council's overall stability. Israeli Defense Minister Israel Katz has announced that he instructed the military to respond forcefully to Iran's violation of the ceasefire, with incentive strikes against targets in Tehran. This statement followed the Israeli military report that its defense systems were intercepting missiles from Iran, urging citizens to stay in protected areas until further notice. Katz emphasized, in light of Iran's complete breach of the ceasefire declared by U.S. President, that Israeli government would continue aggressive actions against Tehran to thwart its military and terrorist infrastructure. The Kremlin says Moscow supports Iran's stance against U.S. and Israeli strikes, affirming its commitment to deepening ties with Tehran. Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov dismissed claims of weak support, stressing that Russia holds a clear position backing Iran. He rejected efforts to undermine the Moscow-Tehran partnership. Peskov also denied a Reuters report that Iran's supreme leader sent a written message to Putin, confirming only indirect communications. China has expressed concern over rising tensions in the Middle East and called on Israel and Iran to pursue diplomacy. Foreign Ministry spokesperson said Beijing opposes further escalation and warned that military action cannot deliver lasting peace. He urged a return to political dialogue and affirmed China's readiness to work with the global community to support regional stability and a long-term resolution. At the EU-Canada summit, leaders called for urgent diplomatic efforts and a ceasefire amid rising tensions in the Middle East. Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney condemned Iran's nuclear ambitions and support for terrorism, while European Council President Antonio Costa stressed adherence to international law and nuclear non-proliferation. Costa also backed a two-state solution and called for an immediate ceasefire in Gaza. The remarks followed Iran's missile strike on a U.S. base in Qatar.